Hi, church. It's good to be back with you again. As you remember, I have been planning to contrast the political platforms of the two parties before the election coming up. But something else has come up, and that needs to be addressed instead. And so we're going to give it a go and see what's happening. Governor Newsom has a new, by the way, it's a third way to control the COVID-19, and it's by using a color chart. And by the way, green is not on that color chart. Let me tell you what that means. It means that California does not ever plan to get back to normal. Well, this week, Riverside took another step backward into Newsom's purple. That's the most restrictive color. That will affect our public schools. They're scrambling right now and don't know when they're going to be able to reopen for in-class sessions. Can you imagine that churches have been cited for not keeping cars in their parking lot space far enough apart? You know, like they do at Walmart. Well, just saying. That's another story. If you go to the Riverside University Health System's website, that's rivcoph.org, rivcoph.org. You're going to find some pretty interesting facts there. First of all, Riverside County is about the same size as New Jersey. Yes, I know, New Jersey has a much higher population. Yet, note this, Riverside County has had 65,000 positive COVID cases out of 775,000 tested. Now, if you subtract the number of those who have totally recovered and those who have unfortunately passed away, that means that there are about 5,000 people in the entire county, the size of New Jersey, that have the virus right now. Let's take it a step further. By the way, New Jersey had a total of 225,000 positive cases. Well, let that sink in. The purple tier limits indoor operation for many, quote, non-essential, end quote, sectors, including restaurants, gyms, and it completely closes the doors of the church to indoor services. But spaces including retail stores, malls, and libraries, well, they can be open with 25% capacity. All personnel care services such as hair salons and barbershops are able to do indoor operations. That's what our state officials said this last Tuesday. That wasn't the case in the prior tier framework that was going on at the time. In other words, it's purple for some, but it's not purple for all. It's purple for non-essential churches, but it's not purple for essential malls and essential public libraries. Casinos are not affected. But churches are to be completely closed. That will teach you for singing. Oh, and don't forget, they've never closed the pot shops. Got to keep you happy during the lockdown, you know. Here's another point. Little old Blythe, you know, that city that's on our eastern border, according to Riverside Health Stats, has about 16 people currently with the COVID. And they're supposed to close their non-essential church doors? Idlewild, my hometown, has one person with the virus, and the non-essential churches are supposed to be closed. Hemet, where our church is, might have as many as 129 people with the virus. Now, we're a town of approximately 90,000 people. Folks, that's 1/14,000th of the population of our town. It's 0.0014 of the population of our little town. There are much bigger cities with much higher percentage rates than that of our own little towns, and the county is full of them. But we're all treated the same. In addition to the businesses that I've mentioned that this step back will not affect, add your favorite supermarket. I know they're essential. And every single hardware store, big and small, but especially those with a garden shop that's attached. Those are essential, you know. And the list is going to go on and on and on. Look, I want you to know this. We're not closing down. We're not shutting our doors. They gave us guidelines for reopening. We followed and exceeded many of them. We will intensify our efforts to keep you healthy. And if you attend our indoor services, well, we hope that you will step up your safety measures as well when you come and join us. Here's why. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul compares the human body with the church. All of your body parts have a different function, yet they were made to work together, just like the church. Your right hand wasn't made to function all by itself. It needs the arm. It needs a blood supply. It needs the nerve system. Often it needs the left hand and the entire body to accomplish the task that it's about to tackle. The government wants to put the hand in a room all by itself to watch TV, to see another part of the body, and then be happy and call it church. Well, it doesn't work that way. Each of us brings something to the church body. That's what makes it whole. That's why Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25 exhorts us to gather together in one place. The church can't function as it really should without all the parts working together. Those who classify the church as non-essential and close it and think nothing of it, well, they're just spiritual fools. The church offers peace in the face of panic, calm in the storm, comfort when there's calamity, hope when none can be found elsewhere. The shutdown has stripped people of their self-sufficiency. But the church knows that we were never self-sufficient in the first place, but it's found its sufficiency in Jesus. And the church offers Jesus to those who need him now more than ever. The church is essential, not only to Christians, but it's essential to the lost, to the lonely, to the hurting, to the sick, and to the poor. We will not close our doors. They gave us the guidelines to open our doors. Those are the guidelines that we'll use to keep them open. See you at church. God bless.